Friends, I can't believe this is going to be the last video I film of this series for 2025 because in December we'll be doing something completely different and I will have something different on the last Wednesday of that month. But y'all, my most anticipated releases of December, we're going to talk about today and I can't believe we're already about to be in December. Hello friends! Happy Wednesday! So very excited that you're here. Very excited that not only is tomorrow Thanksgiving, in fact, it's funny because when I made my weekly schedule and I shared it earlier on Sunday, I was like, Laura, Thanksgiving's Thursday. And I said, oh. But it didn't really hit me until I went to sit down and film this video and was planning out everything because I'm like, I'm hosting this year due to some things that happened. That was a major reason why I did not post anything last week. So thank you so much for your patience. I am very sorry I had no videos. I'm very thankful to just be in a better mental place and be physically feeling better as well. And I do want to just quickly state right here because I realized I didn't share it just yet. My event, 25 Days of Shoujo Manga, is kicking off next Monday. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. If you're a Patreon or channel member, I've already shared the official schedule with you. And if you're not a Patreon or channel member, I'll be sharing that schedule on Monday. So please look forward to it. But let's rewind and talk about some of those releases that are coming out next month. I really struggled with this. And I know I probably say that every month, honestly, but I had a lot more than I did last month because last month I literally just had 5. And I feel like there's several different series that are coming out that I'm really anticipating and looking forward to. I mean, I sort of feel majority of people, when we pre-order things, we're pre-ordering it because we're looking forward to it. But thinking about my most excited, most anticipated. Now, this is going to be an honorable mention. I feel like any other time, easily, hands down, this would be in my top 5. And that is Villains Are Destined to Die, the novel. We're finally getting Reynolds, not Derek's not handsome face. Sorry, Derek fans. But we're getting Reynolds' handsome face. And I I looked over this volume and y'all, I read volume 8 of the manhwa and it devastated me. Like, I was a hot mess and just, I don't know how future me is ever going to be able to reread that story or that volume specifically. And so when I was flipping through this, I was like, I just don't have the heart to come back just yet. I need some time. My heart's still healing. So please know, I am very excited for the novel to get volume 2. Just my heart, yeah, it needs some time. I couldn't, in good faith or good conscience, be able to list it here today. But this one I definitely can say for, I guess, number 1, though these are in no certain order, but this was the first one that came to mind. And that is going to be volume 4 of It Takes More Than a Pretty Face to Fall in Love. I loved volume 3. The thing is, when I first read it, I liked it. It really wasn't till I reread it that I was like, oh, this was great. Like, passed me what was going on. So I think I was just tired the first time that I read it. Mainly, I'm excited for this one because if you've read volume 3, then you know we see that Sana, she actually sees a new handsome face. And I was so shocked of whose face this was, that they had a handsome face, that honestly Sana's reaction matched my own. I was completely like struck and just shocked by this because I hadn't heard any spoilers about this specific character, so I had no idea this was even going to be happening or coming. And like, while it was really exciting to see in this story or this volume of the school camping trip, I believe it is, like that was awesome, but it was honestly the end, again with the handsome face, but past that as well, of seeing when Senpai sees Sana's reaction to this handsome face, he is, I think, feeling, I don't want to say insecurity, but the expression he makes to her, you could tell he is upset and just crushed and has resolved himself that she may be over him because now she's found another handsome face. And I was like, absolutely not. I know this is not the case. I know for certain it is not the case. But I'm like, where do we go from here? What is going to happen next? So that is part of why volume 4 is in my top 5 most anticipated. I want to see what is going to happen because I feel like things are still like building and bubbling up with not only things with Senpai, this new handsome face, but also with her best friend. And her best friend, I think, really actually knowing what's been happening with the student account, that the social media account. And so Sana's got to like make some decisions of what she's going to say because I feel like it's only going to take her so far of what was said said in this volume. So I hope volume 4 definitely lives up to my expectations. I'm not gonna read it when I'm tired because I'm still loving the series. I think it was just, I don't know what it was. I don't know. When I read about it, I was like, oh, this is great. You know, anybody else ever have that issue where like you read it, you're like, oh, this is good, but then you come back later, could be like X amount of days, and you're like, man, this was great. What was past me doing? For number 2, I'm very excited to have this on my most anticipated list, because if you have seen this video here, then you know that I probably would never have this actually even included, and that is Fall in Love You False Angels. And I'm gonna be saying volume 4 because it releases next month, and I was rereading volume 3 this morning just to make sure, like, okay, this is one that I'm very excited for. And yes, because volume 3 is my favorite volume of the series. I'm still not overly a huge fan of volume 1. I did like it more when I came back and reread it, but I would still say for me personally that it is the weakest of the 3 volumes. Honestly, I've said somewhere, if it's not here on my channel, that it has definitely been in my Goodreads review, that Otogi, seeing her when she's not the perfect heartthrob angel, is the selling point for me now, because I loved when all of the masks were off and she was just herself. I was thriving. I loved it. I felt like it took her falling in love for that mask to sort of be removed. At school, she's definitely still having it. She's the perfect heartthrob angel, but I feel like when she's with Toki and when she's with this other guy who I really, really like second male lead syndrome is strong in this series, and I never expected. I'm still shipping these two very strongly, but that other second male lead, he is a precious little being who has delinquent vibes, and he's got a hand on my heart, y'all. He's got a hand on my reader heart. So I hope good things are in store for that. I sort of feel when I read the blurb of volume 4 that there might be like a love triangle kind of thing happening. Not for Otogi. She's pretty much set. I feel like her heart is set on Toki. That ending though, I'm hoping it is implying that Toki also, he gonna be having some feelings for our girl. Like, I'm here for that. I'm very hyped and excited to see that. And so I really, really hope that I enjoy the next volume. I believe when I read on K-Manga, I only read up to the beginning of this volume. So whatever chapter that would be, chapter 9. So everything's gonna be totally new to me. I haven't seen too much of spoilers, except for the one spoiler that got me back into the series and trying it again. I'm a little nervous. I don't want to set my expectations like so high, and I wouldn't say like I'm expecting big things from this series since I gave it a second chance, but it was just very unexpected for me to read past volume 2 digitally and then buy the whole series or all 3 volumes, because I loved the direction the manga is going. So I truly, truly hope that direction continues, which is basically Otogi just being her real self when she's with Toki, when she's with this other guy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope she continues to fall harder. Hope Toki falls harder, and we just see these two be completely unraveled because they are deeply in love. For number 3, I do try and keep my list mainly shoujo, but listen, y'all, I'm so excited we're getting a new volume of this, and that is I'm Giving the Disgraced Noble Lady I Rescued a Crash Course in Naughtiness. We have volume 9 is coming, and I'm very excited. I love this Seinen series. I gotta keep this spoiler free, but Charlotte and Alan have finally found a person they have been looking for, and I really loved how everything unfolded with that. And the reason I'm most excited for this next month is because it is Charlotte's birthday, and everybody is showing up and showing out but Alan, who did not know it was Charlotte's birthday coming up. And so I'm excited to see what he's gonna do, because now there's a competition of who can give Charlotte the best birthday present. And so I have missed those shenanigans. Like, I've really enjoyed this past arc. It was very big and very important for Charlotte, but I miss the romantic shenanigans a lot. I really love them in this series, and I feel like the first few volumes have been my favorite compared to this latest arc that's wrapped up. So I mean, I liked it. Again, I liked it. It's just I like how Alan is just spoiling Charlotte rotten and seeing what kind of creative ways he's gonna like come up with and do to make that reality happen of Charlotte being the happiest girl in the world. That is what I'm here for, and so I feel like volume 9, hopefully based off the ending, is returning back to that foundation for this series, and I'm sure there's going to be danger. I have no doubts that there's going to be danger. But yeah, I really have missed these characters. They bring me a lot of happiness, and it's a really fun series. I think I do have a first impression somewhere on this channel because it was sort of a wild card for me to give it a chance, but I got hooked. And yeah, I'm just excited and thrilled that we're getting a new volume, and hope it also lives up to those expectations and the anticipation, because I just want to see some romantic moments again between them. I mean, yeah, we got them in this volume, but they felt very spare. So I hope they give them to us back in spades in the next volume for sure. For number 4, I so desperately hope that this manga is not delayed, and that is going to be Veil Volume 3. I have reread Volume Veil 1 and 2, and I do have Volume 6, I believe the Japanese edition, because I wanted to get the exclusive mini bonus art book. I do have a flip through of that in case if you're curious. I have been obsessed with the art, and coming back and rereading, or at least just flipping through Volume 2, I'm like, yes, give me more of these, I'm gonna say couple. They're not really a couple. I mean, in my head, I'm shipping them though. I'm shipping them really hard in my head. But I want to see more of their everyday life. I really love their interactions and how it's very random. You never know what to expect when you get to the next chapter. And I love everything that just seems to be, I don't know, I guess they're just their everyday lives. Like, it's just fun to be with them as a reader and see what's going to happen. And so Volume 3 is just one that I have been eagerly anticipating and begging and hoping that it does not get pushed back for any kind of reason, because Volume 1 and 2, I mean, I think Volume 1 is still really hard to find right now, despite that we have been told by Udon that they have restocked it and whatnot. And I think you can get Volume 2 easily, but if it hadn't been for a friend helping me get Volume 1, I probably wouldn't have even gotten it. And I pre-ordered both Volume 1 and Volume 2, and Books A Million canceled my pre-order for Volume 1. I know I'm not the only one, because somebody that has commented on my channel before, I could see her profile picture, but I can't see her name in my head, but she had the same issue, I believe, that happened to her. So I really hope that Volume 3 is a smooth release. I really don't know what else I could say about just expectations and hope. I mean, it's just something I love reading. I featured it in my cozy manga video that I did, I think it was like 2 weeks ago now, because it's just satisfying and relaxing to be with them. And I love how it's all full colored and it feels very cozy to read and relaxing at times. It makes my heart lighter, and I really, again, love the interactions as the leads, and I truly hope we get a few more romantic breadcrumbs in the next volume. It'd be so nice. It'd be so nice. I heard this isn't really necessarily like a romantic series. That doesn't stop my heart from shipping with the romance, but I think even if it doesn't really lead into a full-fledged romance, even in the 3rd volume, I'm still gonna love it, because again, I just am excited to be with these characters, see what they're gonna do next, and definitely appreciate the art, because this is one series, while the art's usually not a big focus for me in the manga that I read, I need to have connection with the characters and the story, like plot itself. I very much slow down when reading Veil and just appreciate and take in all of the beautiful art, because it's absolutely beautiful to read, story and art-wise. And last but not least, for number 5, I hope this one does not get pushed back as well. I think it was supposed to release back in August or October. It definitely was pushed back, I think, twice, and that's going to be Volume 7 of A Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom. I forgot how action-packed this series is. Like, if you like action, you like fantasy, and you want some dragons, and you want something that has really low-key romance, this is an underrated series. I definitely think you should give a shot, give it a try. It is a shoujo fantasy isekai, but I feel like the isekai plot is very much on the down low. Like in Volume 1, once we sort of figure out, or we're shown how Seinen gets into this world and why she's, not why she's here, but gets in this world and has these magical abilities, that's pretty much it. Now we're focusing on her being the caller and how she's interacting with a variety of dragons. Like, one of my favorite parts of this series is the world building. We're always in a different part of this world. We're never just, say, in the forest. No, we've been in the forest, we've been in the volcano, we have been in some mountain regions, and we've been to like the coast / beach islands. I mean, we have been everywhere and anywhere, and I have absolutely adored it for that reason. I feel though, not only am I excited, like hopeful that we're going to be getting the volume next month, that's not going to be pushed back again, but there was a lot that happened in this volume, especially for Seinen, and I feel like the romance is sort of, not going to say up in the air, but there's a character who's not Keith, the main male lead, who feels he can do better by Seinen's side romantically and just as a partner without romance, and he wants to be there for her. Like, he's very upset with Keith because of the role that Keith has in the story, and feels he's doing a bad job. And so it ends on this major cliffhanger where Seinen's seeing something happen between this character and Keith that seems like people's lives could be on the line. I don't know for certain, but it's like she said when she saw blood, she's like, oh, they're not just doing this for fake or just practice. Like, this is real. There's real tension, there's real upset, and there is a lot weighing on the line between these two characters. So I'm very curious of what's going to come out of that and what Seinen is going to do. I don't think it's necessarily going to be like whoever wins this battle that it's going to lead directly into the romance. I feel like that would be more surprising if it did, since the romance has been so back burner. And like Seinen, I feel as a reader, it's sort of obvious that she has more than just like affection as a friend or a fondness for Keith, that her feelings go much deeper, but she hasn't had that realization. For Keith, I can't say without going into spoilers, but I will just say that I just feel it'd be odd for this series for it to suddenly take a turn where like, oh, we get this heavy romance. Like, no, I don't think it's going to go that way. And honestly, surprisingly, as much as I said for Veil that I'm shipping them and I want that romance, I would say for Reincarnated Witch Spells Doom, I'm just very excited to be on this journey with Seinen and see how she's growing and the different decisions that she's making that she thought that she probably could never ever make. It's been really cool, and there's just so many other elements, like I mentioned, with the world building and the fantasy and the magic and all of that, that it's just really interesting to read for those things alone. It's a unique experience for me because I'm a huge romance reader. I don't know if you can really tell with the manga behind me because I put Kaiju number 8 here when I rearranged me manga the other day. I feel like it sort of throws off the romance, or how much I have. But it's a really great story, and so I'm just hopeful that I feel like we need a break from everything that's happened because this last arc was super intense. And again, I truly, truly hope that everything goes smoothly the next volume, that our characters have a break, and that I feel like with this battle that it will be good for Keith. I'm in Keith's favor. I'm wanting him to win and him gain I don't know if respect is the word that he's wanting, more of like an acknowledgement, and then respect after that, and that he's got it, and that'll be okay. I guess to be determined. I think this one releases like near the end of the month, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's so far out. But hopefully for all these, they live up to my anticipations, the hype that I have for them. I'm very excited that we're just getting another month that is just full of shoujo manga. Please stay tuned for Friday for my shoujo release calendar. I just finished it yesterday and just got to get everything prepped and ready to go for a video form, but look forward to that. And I truly hope you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, regardless if you celebrate or not, that it would just then be a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if any of my picks are on your most anticipated pick list as well. And yeah, I hope you have a great day. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching.